Lyme is one of the most stubborn, persistent disease processes to deal with, and it causes a lot of pain and a lot of heartache in late stages because it is a spirochete. It will emulate the same symptoms as someone who contracted syphilis, which is a spirochete. Now, it doesn't carry, obviously, Lyme, the same stigma as an STD, of course, but that spirochete, it don't care if it's an STD or if it's transmitted by a deer tick. It's a spirochete. It's going to start chewing on a person. It'll take decades usually to cause the most serious damage. Some people will live with it for years, have very few symptoms, and then the pain starts in. Many of them will complain about pain in the knees, the back of the neck. It's very common for people with Lyme. Later stages, they start getting the neurological problems, tremors. If it's left untreated indefinitely, you would probably reach a point where you could actually go into insanity. You know, and I don't want to scare anybody that has Lyme here that you're going to go insane. No, we don't expect that to happen. But very concerned about that. So the folder to run is the Lyme Protocols folder. That's this one here. These are your 4 programs. Lyme and Rocky Mountain is your daytime set. This is a setup. Now I'm showing this color wand here, but I would probably recommend to use a soft ground pillow for more full body grounding, but I couldn't photograph that, so I show that color wand. That's your grounding tube. There's your double bubble back here in accelerated mode. Here's your instructions. Run 6 days with 1 day off. I'm going to go back to the other programs here, file, open, so I can go back to the original folder. We have our next program, Lyme Disease Fundamental. This has Dr. James Baer's fundamental frequencies for the Lyme pathogen. Because they're out of range of the bulb, we run these through the ionic foot bath. This one says run foot bath only, do not run on bulb, run every other day. Okay? These are all the protocols. These will be run if you can do it, if you can tolerate it, every day. This one here is your overnight set. Let's open that one up. 7 hours, 11 minutes. Just talked with someone here. Theirs is only 6 hours because when they're updating, they're not updating to the correct folder. Just give me a call if you're not seeing this update. But this deals with many of the co-infections that people with Lyme carry. And it involves 7 hours of treatment. So there's a lot going on there. Run every night while sleeping. Why not? If you can't do your daytime sets, run your nighttime. If you got to go on vacation, take this tube with you. Take your Rife device. You're on your way. We don't want to let this thing revitalize. David?
How often do you recommend to update the
believe it or not, almost every week, with few exceptions, we're making changes and adjustments to our programming. So there's a tremendous amount of change going on here. Mark?
You said run the daytime programs, the Rocky Mountain and the fundamental?
Yes, yes, both. So you're going to follow with the foot bath. This is very aggressive, but you're dealing with an aggressive pathogen.
You do that every day?
Yes, with a day off. I think it gives you a day off. It's every other day on the foot bath, though.
Every other day. Okay.
Yeah. Now, if you go in here, though, you're going to see the Lyme hatchling program. This program should be run on days off, or at least once a week, or during a full moon. It doesn't mean you're going to turn into a werewolf if you don't run this thing, but some researchers feel that a full moon affects the Lyme pathogen as far as its replication process, that during a full moon it regenerates much quicker. Whether this is true or false, I can't answer that. Go ahead, Cindy.
Yeah, during a full moon, around the full moon, a little before, during, and after, all parasites that have larvae like to hatch around that time.
So,
you know, that's why when they're like, ooh, people like to buddy around a full moon and stuff like that.
That would explain it. So, now this is every night on your overnight set. You're also getting the Lyme hatchling program, by the way. What I'm doing is I'm saying you can double up on it during a full moon. But your overnight set's going to run that while you sleep every night anyway. 6 days on, 1 day off.